Hey everyone, welcome to this space. Welcome to January 2026. The energies are still a bit slow. We are in winter season. Unless you are on the other side of the equator, then you are probably experiencing summertime, I think. Um, Either way, these messages still apply. I feel like summertime is still kind of a time where things should kind of be very laid back, depending on where you are in the world again, what hemisphere you're in. So just bear that in mind when it comes to these readings. Just kind of take things slow. This is for the sign of Aries. Aries, sun, moon, and rising signs. Hi, Aries. Actually, a sun, moon, and I can't speak. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. We are adding Venus to the picture because Venus represents relationships, people that we love and care about, you know, friends, family, romantic partners, and even just people that we have good rapport with, business partners, co-workers, bosses, things like that, your next door neighbor, classmates, what have you. So for those of you who are looking for information on, you know, relationships and connecting with other people, check your Venus sign, okay? And if you have an Aries Venus, this reading is for you. But if you are looking more, you know, towards, you know, what drives you, the things that you want, the things that you desire, money, you know, owning your life, owning yourself, holding yourself accountable. If you want advice about those things, you know, check your sun sign, check your rising signs, you know. If you want to understand how people see you, check those two signs in a nutshell. But if you're looking to understand how to heal your emotions, what to do based on how you feel, and things of that nature, that's your moon sign. So again, you have the key to your own success. So these readings are not necessarily here to control anything. They're not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I am just here to show you what you have at your disposal as far as tools for your own success and abundance. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it, you guys. This is going to be for Aries, sun, moon, rising, and Venus placements for the month of January, this month of January 2026. Ancestors of light, messengers of light, what messages do you have for those born under the constellation of Aries? You received truth. Plant medicine. I love seeing that. If this is advice to you, Aries, just make sure that you're not distracted and distorting any type of truth that's trying to be given to you or relayed to you in any type of message. This means that you need to have a clear mind. Focus more in the month of January. This is a time to really focus on the truth. Focus on, you know, not just bits of the truth. It needs to be the full truth of whatever situation that you're in, right? If this is a relationship, what is the truth about the relationship that you're in? Is it in good standing or not? You know, is the relationship, or is there anybody, like a friend of mine told me, you know, is there like a back door to any relationships that you have? Why is there a back door? Right? What is the truth about your health? What is the truth when it comes to your money? Bottom of the deck, we have sustenance, tree people. Sustenance. What is feeding you? What are you consuming? Is the information like books that you're reading, or maybe it's audiobooks, maybe it's podcasts, maybe it's social media, videos on social media, things that you're hearing in church, lectures, things that you're learning in school. I don't know, like what are what information are you consuming? And is it conducive to your overall success in a situation or just in life? The truth matters. It always will matter. Okay. So if there is a situation where you kind of feel like, what is the truth? What am I supposed to be doing? Is this worth my time and energy? Is this worth my breath? It doesn't matter how much the truth hurts, you know? Some of you guys may be interested in science, maybe plant sciences. Others of you, maybe you need to study science. Just, do like a crash course or something, or brush up on some books on science, the definition of certain sciences or facts, um, logic, right? There could be some of you guys where someone is trying to relay a message to you of truth. And if you're not clear up here, you can kind of like get muddy the truth a little bit. Be careful who you're following. Be careful who you're listening to. There may be some people or someone who wants to relay a message to you where it seems like it's a good thing, or maybe it's a reconciliation. I don't know, but there is something where before you can grasp something, you need to know the truth of the matter. Let's go ahead and pull a card regarding your money, your finances, your financial goals and aspirations. What inspires you, what can work towards your success in the month of January financially, and what you might need to focus on, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for January 2026. What do you need to focus on? It's a brand new. I mean, for me, the new year really doesn't start until February. But still, like, let's see what January is bringing to you guys this new year regarding your money. Okay, interesting. You guys receive strength. And it says everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. So there's some life lessons here that you guys have obtained, right? I'm being led to pull one more. I'm going to pull one more for you guys. I can't remember who received the strength card as well. I think it was Capricorn. So some of you guys, Aries, maybe you have Capricorn in your chart. The truth will set you free. I know that sounds so cliche, it's such an old saying, but the truth will set you free. Crystals. It says your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. So some of you guys, Aries, when it comes to money, precious gems and stones may actually help you a little bit. Some of you guys there, you may have a lucky charm or some type of trinket, or even a family heirloom. I don't know. Like, there's something that may have been given to you, that you can carry on your person when it comes to really connecting with the spirit of money. Okay. Let go. It says walk away from this situation in order to resolve it. So there could be something that's kind of stifling the energy of your money here. It's choking any sustenance from getting to the surface, reaching the light here when it comes to your money. Some of you guys, maybe there is a job or there is a certain way. I don't know. There's just something regarding your job or something regarding money in your household. Maybe you're not getting enough hours, or maybe you are working way too much. When it comes to your money, there is a lot that you've learned. There's a lot of experience that you have. There might be some opportunities for you to talk to the right people to get you into certain doors, certain paths that can really lead to your prosperity, and for you to blossom and to create those fireworks and explosions of energy that's going to really bring money in, and make you a magnet for that. But there is definitely something here that you need to release here. This can also be, you know, again, letting go of a job or maybe letting go of a relationship of some kind that is setting you up for failure here, or it's just kind of anchoring you. It's not really allowing you to have to experience the freedom of really letting loose when it comes to money. Okay. So yeah, there's something that you need to let go. Could be a family dynamic. Somebody's holding you back with a family dynamic. I'm not really sure, but you've definitely learned a lot, Aries. You've grown. So if you're looking at your life and you feel like, you know, there's nothing more for me to gain here, there's nothing, it's like maybe you're realizing that the truth is that you need to walk away from a situation. You know that that's the truth. It's just that maybe you have been kind of fooling yourself into believing that there's still a chance for it to work out. But then again, it's like it could work out. Maybe this is something that, you know, if you have hope that something can work out, maybe you just kind of need to walk away from it and give it a break for a while and clear your head first to really understand the truth of what really get to the root cause of this disease or this darkness and these lies that have been plaguing your mind about a situation. You probably just need to kind of take a break from something. Maybe you need to take a break from work. I don't know. Maybe you need to go on a vacation. Maybe there's a relationship that you need to take a break from, or maybe you just need to break up with somebody. You know, it depends. It can be temporary. It can be for the long term. It can be permanent. It just depends on what you choose and where your heart is. So if you really have hope that a relationship is gonna work out and you want it to work out, but it just kind of seems like no matter what you do, it's just not really working to your benefit. As long as I just feel like as long as the other person is actually wanting to work things out with you, I feel like you have a chance. You know, what again, it could be a business partnership, romance, a friend, a family member. But if the other person is not really willing to do the work to see the truth in what needs to happen in order for things to take off and to get to the root problem of, again, why things have not been healthy within this dynamic with someone or with multiple people, if they're not really willing to get down to the root cause, then there's nothing really you can do. You just kind of have to walk away and just allow other parties involved to figure it out for themselves. You know, so let's go ahead and pull a couple more oracle messages before we jump into the tarot, you guys. Ancestors of light, messengers of light. This is for Aries, sun, moon, rising, and Venus for the month of January 2026. I'm kind of curious to see what this truth is. I really think it's you walking away, you guys. It's definitely, again, temporarily or permanently. I think you just need to get out of this situation in order to see the big picture. You have the high priest, and it says intend and create. So you need to do everything with an intention. Aries, you are a fire sign. Fire represents creation. You begin the spring season of every year. Okay? Intend and create. You can create, but like, what are your intentions? So if you're in a relationship of any kind, platonic, business, or romantic, you have to understand why do you want to be with that person? Why do you want to work with those people? Right? If you're looking for a job, what are your intentions when you get that job? Is it just to work and have a job? Or do you actually want to build on a firm foundation, use that as a foundation or a stepping stone towards something bigger? Are you trying to grow this beautiful oasis in your life, this beautiful garden? Right? If you, again, and it's also like looking at the truth of the other person. What are their intentions? Maybe you need to ask some questions. The truth is also making sure that you are asking questions and having conversations with people to understand what are their intentions, and looking at how they move based on the intentions that they are verbally expressing to you, right? So you cannot create success without intention, because at some point it all kind of falls apart. You have to have a why. You have to have a reason for why. And some of you guys may realize, The reason why you're in certain relationships is because you don't want to be alone. Things like that. You just don't want to feel alone. Um, you don't want to feel left out. Maybe there's a parent, a mother or father wound there. Sorry, guys, I have a drawer that's sticking out here. You may have a family wound that you're trying to hide, or you're just trying to put a band-aid on, and you're just going out, getting to know people, just feeling like a weird, like a few holes in your heart, so to speak. Maybe that's some truth that maybe it has something to do with your family, or it has something to do with an ex, or it has something to do with some type of low self-esteem. Okay. And once you grasp that and you accept it and you face it, then you can see the big picture and see, you know, the deeper meaning and the root cause of why certain things in your life that aren't working out, or certain things in your life that just seem so boring, or they just seem very frustrating. It's just, look at your life, Aries, as a whole, or just look at maybe a certain circumstance in your life, a certain situation, and just, you may be more focused on, I really just want this to work out, but I feel like it's just not working out. Try to come to an understanding of why that's happening and see the truth. And the truth coming out here, I don't think that it's going to be very difficult for you to figure out. I feel like some of you guys have already figured it out. You guys are very smart. Bottom of the deck, we have great teacher. Okay. And it says, learn from spiritual experiences. So this man releasing this dove, right? That's releasing a lesson. That's letting go. That is surrender, right? When there is a spiritual lesson that you're going through, at some point, that lesson has to say goodbye, peace out. There are certain, maybe you have some spirit guides or a deity or some ancestors, some guardians or protectors, some entities that are actually here to help you along your journey. And at some point, they got to go. Some of them have to go. And you have to just be left with the knowledge that you have gained, and you need to apply it. So if there's a relationship, maybe an ex that you're thinking about, or an ex-friend, a family relationship that went awry, or a business, maybe there's like a job or a career path that you had. I don't know. There's something in your past for some of you that you're probably still holding on to, and you're still trying to figure out, like, why didn't that work out, or why did that go the way it went, or why do these patterns keep showing up in my life? It's because there's a root, there's a problem, there's a disease that you need to really get down to business in finding that wound and healing it in the month of January. And I really feel like it has a lot to do with me going to therapy, talking to someone who is really going to really like hit that part of you, okay, Aries, that is going to hurt a little bit, but it's going to be the truth. You may need to really talk to someone who is able to get to that part of you that you're trying so hard to hide. Okay. But you've been left with some knowledge. You've learned some things along the way for sure. It's made you a better person because of it, whether you realize it or not. Or it will, if you're doubting that. All right, let's pull one last oracle message, you guys, and then we're going to jump into the tarot. Sorry, guys. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Let's see. For Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ancestors of light, messengers of light. Oop. Oof. These cards are really falling. For January 2026. There's a card that fell. Give me 1 second. You received, you are good enough. Yes. That's also part of the truth. Part of the truth is that you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Some of you guys may have a moon in Virgo. There could be, maybe you're looking for certain acts of service, or you do a lot of things that come from acts of service. It's like, you're very smart. Okay, some of you guys may be very nerdy, or very, maybe you have hobbies and certain things that you're into. Maybe you love reading. But it's like some of you guys are just very busy. to the point where you're busy with something, busy on a relationship, busy about fixing other people, busy on trying to control a certain narrative. You're busy with something that is not really having anything to do with cleaning up your mess. Because Virgo energy, a lot of people may think that Virgo energy is very organized and OCD, but a lot of times Virgo energy is very messy because they're too busy trying to fix other people a lot of the times, or fix other people's problems, or fix a problem over here when the primary problem is over here. So maybe Aries, you guys are too busy trying to fix other people, fix other things that have to do with other people, instead of really getting to the root cause of what's going on with you. January, Capricorn season and Aquarius season is teaching you that. Believe in the impossible. Yeah. You may not see a way out, or you may not see that things are actually going to work out better than you anticipate, Aries. If only you just let go. A personal, everybody keeps, not everyone. Who got, Aquarius, Pisces got this as well. But you got it at the bottom of the deck. So it says a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So it seems like this full moon in Cancer is definitely affecting you, Aries. So if there is any type of emotions that's kind of making the truth a little bit mucky, you know, causing some fog around the truth, you know, I feel like it's quite possible that by the time the maybe the Leo full moon comes around next month, next season, you might see things a little bit differently. I don't know. All right, guys, let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards really quickly. We're going to pull 3 tarot cards, and then we'll clarify them as we go along. And this will be last but not least for your reading. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Ancestors of light, messengers of light, we thank you for January 2026. I don't know why I want to keep saying January 2023, but I think for some of you guys, Aries, maybe 2023 was pretty significant for you if you look back at your life. So maybe this entire situation has something to do with 2023. Moving up until this point, and you're kind of having to learn a lesson again. It's like your guides are bringing up this lesson again and being like, hey, are you going to like pay attention to this? You know, we showed you this a couple years ago, or 3 years ago, or whatever, last year. You know, let's get this, you know, cleaned up. Possible. It's possible. Ten of Cups, or the 10 of Water. That's good to see. And this is something that I feel like this is what you're feeling right now. When I see cups, I see this as emotions. This is Venus energy, or could be Venus energy. Could also be your moon sign. It just seems like, you know, the cups, when it comes to emotions, you are wanting, because I also see this as desires as well. You do, on a heart level, you do want maybe a family. These emotions and desires are surrounding family, your household, your children, money. This can also be sexual for some of you. Maybe you feel sexually depraved. But it's also like, this is relationships with people that you can really lean on. These are trustworthy individuals. You can't really have the 10 of Cups energy without having beautiful people around you, inside and out. Wow. You got another 10. 10 of Swords, or the 10 of Air. This is about your thoughts, your ego, how you think about things, your logic. You know that something is over, or there's like something that is a door that's closing or has already closed in a situation. There's a pattern that needs to stop. It needs to cease. The worst part is behind you guys. When I see the 10, like, you went from a 10 of Cups to a 10 of Swords. So this is what you want, but this is what needs to happen. There's something in a family dynamic or within your household or a relationship that needs to stop. Could be a way of thinking. It could be your ego being put to death and you just really facing yourself. That can be very difficult. Some of you guys may decide to just go to therapy and really have some hard conversations with your therapist and really understand how to really fix some things. You may need to ask your partner some hard questions. Maybe you need to ask them the hard questions about themselves or about what they're maybe there's some questions you need to ask your friend or a family member, a business partner, or your significant other. You need to ask somebody some hard questions and listen to them. You know, you just need to hear the truth. And some of that, a lot of the times, the truth is not something that we want to hear when it comes to situations that kind of seem like they're crumbling. Then you have the Eight of Swords. Look at that. Wow. You're stuck in your head here. You're stuck in your head, Aries, about this situation. You're afraid to actually pull the trigger here. Yeah. We have Judgment. Oh, I'm sorry, not Judgment. The Hanged Man. This is the Hanged Man. If you're not willing to change your perspective or see another person's point of view within this situation, if you're not, and this other person's point of view is the truth, whether you like it or not. Someone has something to say to you, or there's something that you need to hear from someone or multiple people about a situation that you're dealing with. There are some things that have already been shown to you through people's actions and their words that is screaming really loud and clear to you, but for some of you Aries, you really don't want to hear it and you don't really want to see it, and you're trying to create a different type of truth out of it instead of just realizing this is the truth and this is how I need to move forward with the truth. And again, you may come out of this thinking or realizing, oh, I think I just need to take a break, or I need to walk away for a while, or I need to quit this job, or I need to take a completely different path in my career. You may realize that there is a relationship that maybe there's a family relationship where you just need to stop responding, stop hanging out with that person, either for a while or until you get yourself where you want to be, or permanently. So this can definitely lead to breakups if that is the truth that you come to, if you realize that the people involved or this person involved is not actually willing to do the inner work that you're being led to do. Okay. So there's something that you need to see here from a different perspective. And once you can think that you have it all together and you already understand how something is supposed to go from your perspective. But once you take a different angle, you step into a different perspective and see it from another angle, things become very different. Let's go ahead and clarify the 10 of Cups here for you guys and what this is talking about. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. You're kind of trapped in your own mind. And this is why it's very difficult for you to, if you're feeling stuck, Aries, it's because you have the Eight of Swords. You're stuck because you have your own thought process. You have your own visual concept of how things are supposed to be and how things are supposed to go. You'd be surprised how things are supposed to go. You'd be surprised how things are actually going if you just open yourself up to the truth. You have the King of Swords. You have the Two of Cups. Yeah, like I thought. Three of Wands. So yes, your desires, there's somebody here that you love very much. There's someone that you really have a close bond with. It can be platonic. This is someone that, you've been observing for a while. It's almost like you like to keep your eyes on them, or you really enjoy having conversations with them. You see this person as very smart. Okay. Or maybe this person sees you as very smart. But there's someone that you do hold in high regard. You see them as, like they have their mental together, their mental body together. This is someone who speaks their mind. But I also see this, if you want this 10 of Cups energy in your life, I do sense that you need to go to a professional or go to therapy and really hear the truth. Um, there is a long-term plan that you need to make, Aries. Why? The Three of Fire is also about the intentions. It's about creation. This is your energy, I think. Yeah. It's also Leo energy. But why do you want this Ten of Cups? And how are you going to get it? You want this happiness. You want this family. You want children. Whatever it is that you want this beautiful romantic partnership. But like, what's the long-term goal here? If you want to get married to someone and you want to have children, what is that going to take internally? What type of healing are you doing inside to actually be a person who is capable of holding this blessing together and not setting it up for failure because of unhealed wounds? Okay. Some of you guys are dealing with a water sign here, or somebody who has a lot of love in their heart. This can also be you, but this is also someone who's patient. So at this time, you really need to like practice patience. Don't try to force anything. You just need to sit with the truth. And that takes a lot of patience, okay? Let's go ahead and clarify the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus ancestors. Thank you. You have the Two of Swords. So yeah, this is not an easy decision. It's like you're kind of stuck. You're stuck because you know how much this hurts. You know how hard it is to really face your ego in this situation, and you're thinking the worst. But the worst is behind you. You have the Ace of Swords. So you have the Ace and the Two of Swords here right next to each other. Four of Swords. A lot of swords, y'all. So your mind it needs a break. You need to go on vacation. Some of you guys, this is definitely a vacation. You need to go somewhere. You need to get out. You need to go to another country, go to another state, another city. You need to get out. So that way you can have some relaxation. You can rest your mind and just clear your head. In order to see a truth of a situation, Aries, you need to get out of it. You need to step out of it temporarily or permanently. So if you're afraid to step away from something for a while or permanently, if you're not willing to make the decision, you know, maybe I need to just walk away without having any expectations of the other person, just walking away. If you're not willing to at least walk away, then you're not really going to be able to see the truth of the matter here. You're not going to be able to see what really needs to happen to resolve these issues. Okay. And you have Strength again. You have Leo. Interesting. Yeah, you guys have some, some type of pent-up anger or emotions. The Strength card is about someone, holding a lion's head or their mouth open, or they're not afraid of the teeth of the lion, right? The individual that is, connecting with this lion in the card, traditionally in tarot, is someone who's not judging the lion. They're not like, oh my gosh, this is a predator. They see this lion as like a little puppy, So it's like you might be looking at a situation a little bit more harsh, like very harsh. You're looking at this situation like, oh my gosh, this is going to bite me in the ass later, or this is going to hurt so bad. I think that, I don't think it's as bad as you think it is, Aries. It's not as bad as you think it is. And if you think that walking away from someone or a breakup that you kind of see pending here, or like an impending breakup, if you think that that's going to hurt, or you're just going to be alone and, no. You got to let go. Let's go ahead and clarify the Eight of Swords here. Like, no, you can't. You can form your own thoughts. That's fine. But if you haven't even tried to look from a different angle at the problem, how are you really going to know what needs to happen? I cannot make this up. You guys literally got the Two of Air, the Ace of Air, and the Four. You got the same cards. You guys literally got the same cards for the 10 of air. Like, you guys see the truth, walk away, go on vacation. Stop making this more difficult than it has to be. I know that's difficult. I know that's difficult. 4 of Wands. If you're, before I get off here, guys, if you guys are worried about your home, you're worried about your family life, or you're worried that you're never going to meet somebody that you can marry and have children one day, and you're more focused on that, you're like, oh, I'm never going to have children, so I need to, like, you know, make sure I make this happen now. I need to, like, stick with this person because that's my only chance of having kids, or that's my only chance of getting married. They're my own, or this is my only chance of, like, having a good job. Like, if you're just settling because you feel like this is the only opportunity that you're going to get and this is the best that it gets, come on, Aries. Just cut it out. It is better than what you think. Walk away. Just walk away. Just be done with the BS and just see the truth. Walk away. See things from a better perspective. There's so many other beautiful things and opportunities out there. And if there's someone who is meant, like, you really love them and you really want them and they want to be with you romantically or platonically, you know, they're going to be brought back to you healed, or at least on their healing journey. You know what I mean? So don't think that, you know, this is something that's being snatched from you and you can never have it again. No. If it's something that is going to work in your favor and is going to work towards growth and success in the long run, it will stay, it will last. You can reconcile, you can restructure things. Okay. Much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, guys.